Welcome back. I am excited to open this conversation talking about manifesting and your wardrobe and how you can use your wardrobe to pretty much thrust forward who it is that you want to be, your higher self, or just like a more elevated version of you. So whether you are just confused about your style, or if you want to start from scratch, or you just want to elevate your wardrobe more, these steps would definitely help you. I have 6 steps here and I have them written down here. And we will do this video in sections, so this is just a part 1 of maybe 6. Step 1, who is she? Step 2, the purge. Step 3, mood boarding. 4, shopping. 5, styling. And 6, refining. So step 1, who is she? He, they. I'm just gonna keep saying she throughout the video, but you're basically just asking yourself, who are you? What is it about yourself that you want to elevate? Because fashion goes beyond just wanting to elevate my physical appearance. It's also about elevating myself, my personality, my habits. The same way you change around your room and it feels so fresh, it's almost like a signal of starting new. It's like, this is a new version. Those old habits don't align with me. I am stepping into another person, and the old habits are attached to that version. And the more you allow yourself to internalize your wardrobe and just deeply connect with it and see how it represents you as a person, the easier the next steps are going to be, and the more fuel it's going to add to the change that you want to make in yourself, both physical and internally. So you need to ask yourself who you are, who it is that you want to be, or just like things that you're not necessarily changing, but just affirming in yourself. So for me, I'm like, I want to affirm me being more feminine, because I think for me, I'm kind of healing my feminine energy. I was very in my masculine for a long while. So dressing more feminine and also being more feminine are helping me to accelerate both, as well as I'm intelligent, I am sophisticated. You can kind of see that in the way that I dress, especially if you compare it to how I used to dress as in my color club phase. If I was still dressing like that today, people would think I'm way younger than I am. They wouldn't take me as seriously. And I'm not saying that like if you dress colorful then you're not going to be taken seriously. I just think for me that's kind of what it's giving, and that's just the response that I've garnered. So yeah, this is my choice. Like for me, in my perspective, dressing the way I do now makes me feel more mature, but it also helps other people see me as more mature. And I am mature. I'm not like posing as it. I'm just aligning with something that represents me and resonates with me more. So your job first is to figure out what adjectives represent you. You're intelligent, you're poised, you're sophisticated, you're bubbly, or you're playful, you're outgoing. Really like figure that out, because that's gonna help figuring out what your style is and aligning with that so much easier.
I also want to point out that it's not who you want to be, but it's also where you want to be. So your higher self, like where is she living? What is she doing on a day-to-day basis? Where is she going? Like how is she dressing up to those events and places? Because if you're trying to align with a future, which is a part of, aligning with your higher self, then you need to know her itinerary so that you can dress the part now, and you're aligning your frequency with that future event, place, time.
Step 2 is the purge, and step 3 is mood boarding. Now you might want to mood board before you purge, but personally I like purging first, because I feel like I already kind of know what doesn't resonate with me in my closet, and that's gonna help with mood boarding. But also I can see it the other way, where mood boarding first is gonna help you figure out what in your wardrobe is not in alignment with you. So these 2 steps, are 2 and 3, are interchangeable, but I'm gonna discuss the purge first, because I want to go through my closet based off of feeling also. If you get too tied to something that you see someone else wearing on your mood board, then you might realize after the fact that, yeah, I really like that style, but not on me. So I think purging, trying on your clothing, and really asking yourself, like, how does this piece feel on me, and narrowing it down to what really works in your closet, because chances are you do have pieces in your closet that already fit the vibe that you're going for, or that just feel true to you. But with the purge, the priority is just like creating a clean slate for you. You want a canvas, and your wardrobe is a canvas, so you need to declutter. You need to remove all the things that are just not it. Going through your closet, I have tips for you, because it is very exhausting. It's very time consuming, and you're gonna go through it multiple times, but the first time is essential. Before you even start getting rid of stuff, I think it's important to set the stage. Accept the challenge that this is, purging your closet. This is gonna take you hours. It has previously taken me a week to like go through my closet and really like think about it, because it is very exhausting. You're connecting with each piece and really asking yourself a pretty big question, like, does this work for me, and why doesn't it work for me? And what helps me go through this process is just enjoying it, having fun. And you should be looking at this with an exciting point of view, because this is really fun. Like, you're getting closer to a version of yourself that you've always wanted to be, or that you think is just better. She's more confident, she's more elevated, whatever it is. But confidence is like the main one that you really want to be honing in on. It doesn't matter what your style is. It doesn't matter who you're trying to be. Like, confidence is core. Confidence is key. And setting up the stage is turning on some candles, putting on some music, and just like kind of romanticizing the whole process of getting rid of clothing. I like to put on music of other women that I think are inspiring. The last time I did a purge, I was listening to a lot of Sade, Bjork, even 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. I really like how powerful yet sensual she is, and just connecting with parts of the person that you want to be. You want to like become her now. You want to see through her eyes right now. It is a lot harder to do when you don't feel like her, so it's a bit of a stretch, but the more you connect with the eyes of the person that you think like in the future, the habits that she has, all of that, the easier you're gonna fall into her and then just become. Get hyped up. You are getting rid of the clutter, and you are honing in space for the things that really work for you, the things that really resonate with you, and you are actually channeling your higher version right now. You're thinking about her, you're seeing through her eyes. I like to start with everything that is hung up in my closet. I take everything out, like every single thing. I want the canvas in my face right now. And now with all the things that you took out, you're only going to put back the things that you know 100,000% align with your higher version of yourself. Become her, put the clothing on, and really channel that energy. Ask yourself, is this it? Okay, it can go back in the closet. That's pretty much it. I have had to get rid of things that I really wanted to hold on to, and I didn't really know why. Some of them were like, oh, but it's like so rare, or some of them are like, oh, but I've worn it before. But it's like, none of that matters. How does it feel? How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel more confident? Does it enhance who it is that you are or want to be? That is what really matters here. Because if it ain't, then it's just gonna hold you back, and it's gonna deter you from being that elevated version. Your clothing is either going to empower you, or it's not worth wearing. It's not worth owning. It's not worth taking up space. I promise you, you will find a better replacement for it if it doesn't have that it factor. If it doesn't give you that it factor. Like, I would much rather rewear the same freaking outfit every day that makes me feel like my most empowered self than to have a variety of different outfits that some do and some don't. One of which being my Margiela tabbies. my pumps, like that was an investment piece for me, and I have worn them more than any other pair of shoes that I've ever bought. Quality over quantity. I would much rather spend a lot more money on one pair of shoes than the same amount on 5 that are just okay. Now that you have everything hung up that actually work for you, now imagine your wardrobe, look at it and imagine that the rest of it is filled with other pieces that have that same energy, that also make you empowered, and that's all that's in there. Like, just see that for a moment. I think having that moment is just gonna give you more clarity, and it's gonna give you more power to letting go of the things that don't work for you. And if you're really like feeling like you might regret it, then put it in a box and put that box somewhere that you're not gonna have to see it anymore. You don't have to feel like it's really gone, but I bet you a few months down the line of that box being stored away, when you do come back to it, you're gonna be like, oh, actually, I really don't care about these pieces. But the goal right now is to really feel out this new you. Now you can go through the pile of leftovers and get rid of more things that don't align with you. Put it in a box if you want. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Because some people, you know, there is a chance of you getting caught up in this dream fantasy of a way that you want to be, a way that you want to dress. Maybe you saw somebody else doing this and you're like, oh, I just want to do that, I just want to do that. But then down the line you realize it doesn't really resonate with you. I don't want you to come back to me and be like, I got rid of all my shit, but then I realized like that's not actually it, and now I regret getting rid of it. That's why like the first step is so essential. Like, you really need to know you, okay? And also, I made a series of videos talking about silhouette, texture, and color, which are things that are the foundation of your wardrobe, the foundation of what works for your specific body. And so also knowing that is going to help you curate your wardrobe, because if they don't hit the mark on those 3 categories, then it doesn't matter what style you're going for, you're not gonna like it. Some people do like to use celebrities or an influencer that they see online as an anchor to channeling that person that they want to become, and I think that is okay. You don't want to get confused with trying to become them. You want to just identify their traits that you want in yourself. So I would prefer that you just think about it as your higher self than channeling a celebrity. But I guess it's kind of similar to the way that I like to listen to music of women that resonate with me, but I'm not like I want to become them. I'm just like I want to inherit their vibes. I want to emulate that confidence. There's specific adjectives about that person that you want, not you want to be them. That can be a good way for you to emulate your higher self if it's something that you are already very familiar with. So that is okay to do. That's my main tip. You just want to go through piece by piece. You might have to style some of the pieces that you're unsure about. I definitely do, just so that you can get a better picture of how could this work. But at the end of the day, you're not really asking yourself, do you like it? You're asking your higher self. You're asking them, how do you like it? Are you wearing this? Where are you going in this? What are you doing in this outfit? You know, like, what does she do? Where does she go? Is she wearing this to the grocery store? Is she wearing this out when she goes to a lounge? And this is why it's very emotionally draining. You could be doing it for a few hours and then you're like, I gotta take a nap. It's a lot of brain power because you're accessing another brain, literally. But the more you do it, the more you become them, the more you won't have to try because you just are. So that's homework. I'm gonna leave it at that for this video. So I'll see you in the next part where we talk about mood boarding. Okay, bye.